Uh, 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 yes, this is, I'm doing, a review of, One Punch Man. I repeat, it's not normal. Not normal at all. I'm, gonna have to, don't know how I'm gonna review this. It's, just gonna be, I don't know. Anyways, let's get for real. So, this, look, I'm gonna review it on, I'm gonna review this, I'm gonna review the anime on the channel. I've already read all, all of the, all of the manga chapters up to so far, and yes, it's pretty interesting. Time to check out episode 1 of One Punch Man. By the way, if you don't understand from his name, he one-shots everything that comes in his way, basically. So, let's get to the beginning of the episode, which starts out with explosions and a weird blue alien thing that looks like Piccolo, but, yeah, there's that. And then there's our hero who's watching the news and seeing that everything is going down in town, and of course he was going to come to save the day. So then, he gets his superhero clothes on, goes into town, sees a little girl crying, saves her, and the blue guy is like, who the heck are you? And stuff. So then, they get their introduction to themselves. One Punch Man says, I'm just a guy who's a hero for fun. And the other guy, the villain, he goes, yeah, I'm Vaccine Man. Humans are bacteria to the earth, and she doesn't need you, so I'm going to kill you all. He starts to grow and turn into this demon thing. Well, I mean, he was already kind of a demon thing, but more of a demon thing. But you know what I'm trying to say. And of course, as his name states, One Punch Man, one punches the guy and saved the day in like a second. After the fantastic opening, which makes One Punch Man look even more OP than what he already was, our main character, 3 years ago, with hair, we came across this crab guy who was being a dick. He didn't want to beat up our main character because, he said, because the main character said Saitama, because if you don't know his name, it's Saitama. He said, just got unemployed, don't really care about life, and stuff like that. He said, Crab Guy said, one lifeless eye to another. I like you. I'm going to let you go. But there's another guy I've got to go after. And sadly, that guy he's going after is actually a kid with an actual butt chin. So after the Grab Monster and Saitama can get into a little tussle with each other, Saitama kind of mentions after he came back from getting knocked out, he mentions that ever since he's been a kid, he actually wanted to be a hero who could defeat monsters just like this Crab Monster guy with one punch. And it's been 3 years since that day. Boy, has he changed. Anyways, while Saitama is in the store, getting some crab claw, I'm guessing, a giant titan-like dude, like 100 times bigger than the Colossal Titan, is walking over to town and pretty much doing what something as big as him would do. Destroying everything. Pretty generic. But then again, what else would he do with his size and strength? We get a little backstory of this giant titan guy thing, and his brother, and this giant guy used to be actually little, and he just wanted to be the strongest man alive. So his brother gave him an antidote or whatever to make him stronger, and made him what he is now. And now he's so strong that even when he waves his arm in the air, it destroys like a neighborhood. Okay, so One Punch Man somehow finds his way onto this guy's shoulder, and the brother says, hey, that guy on your shoulder, kill him. And the giant guy actually killed his brother. Who would have thought? Then the giant guy just starts wailing on One Punch Man. Which, of course, didn't do jack diddly, not even leave a scratch on One Punch Man. And, of course, what else is the man going to do? One punch him. So anyways, after that, One Punch Man is, I guess, coming from the store, seeing he has a bag in his hand. And he's kind of, saying stuff, some narration, some dialogue, some whatever. Saying that, ever since he became a hero, he hasn't made much of an impact on the world. So I'm guessing, not that I'm guessing, I pretty much already know since I read the manga. So he's basically saying that, no one knows who he is. No one even knows that he's a superhero. I don't think people even acknowledge his existence. And he's also, over the years, has lost emotions like fear, tension, joy, anger. He doesn't really feel any of that anymore. Pretty much why he always had that stupid look on his face. Saitama mentions that, yeah, he used to have all these emotions, but again, it all just kind of faded away. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there's this car guy. Yeah, he's not really important. Again, he just gets one-shotted, so who cares? One Punch Man always mentions that he always ends his fights in one punch. He always comes home uninjured, and he doesn't really have the right oomph of heart really to do so. He just kind of does it. To be honest, he said that superheroing is just a hobby. Then the next day, One Punch Man wakes up and he gets ambushed. Kicked right out of his apartment, actually. Then his apartment house gets destroyed. And then One Punch Man gets super serious and says he actually admits that the guy that just ambushed him is actually pretty darn strong. There's actually an entire population of the thing, as it says, subterranean. It calls itself a subterranean. It said that, its population its people have an overpopulation underground, so they're going to take over the overground, as in the surface. The subterranean thing actually mentions that it actually killed 70% of humanity already. How? Then the subterranean thing gives One Punch Man a comment, and One Punch Man says, yeah. One Punch Man basically says that, it's been a really long time since he come across someone who's, worthy of an opponent. The subterranean tries to punch One Punch Man, but he dodges it, and what else is he going to do? One punch the thing. What does One Punch Man start doing? Starts kicking ass. That's what he starts doing. You actually see emotion in his face. Then, as he's kicking ass, a giant subterranean comes out of nowhere, completely out of nowhere, and obliteratizes One Punch Man, actually injuring him. Only a little, though. Even though I think that made One Punch Man really angry. He comes back and says, I really forgot what he said. But he says something cool like, the surface is under my protection. So, they're going to have to go through with him before they do anything on the surface. There's all these giant subterranean things. Of course, they're also getting one-punched. Through the battle, One Punch Man starts to talk about that, he's getting a rush of tension in his body, which I'm guessing he's actually getting excited through the fight. An emotion is coming back. He says is actually the excitement of a real battle, which again he hasn't felt in a long time. And then the Subterranean King appears, and it was all a dream. What, you actually saw Subterraneans came out of nowhere and One Punch Man had some excitement? Ha! Actually, when One Punch Man actually woke up from his dream, the actual Subterraneans come out of nowhere, and they're pathetic. Subterranean King gets one-shotted, and the rest of them just ran. Joy.